Welcome everybody to the February Board of Adjustments meeting. I want to welcome Josh Stroud to the newest member to the Board of Adjustments. So glad to have him aboard. And we'll go to Secretary Cawthorn on attendance.
Jackamore.
Here.
Cawthorn, present. Miller.
Here.
Cummings. Here. Stroud.
Here.
All present.
All right, thank you. All right, I need a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
I'll make a motion we approve those minutes as presented.
Second.
We got a motion to approve and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, motion passes. We'll go to old business. There's none. Start off with the new business. Item 1, election of officers for 2023. We can make a motion for chair, vice chair, secretary all at once. I need a motion to.
I move that Wendell Miller, chairman, Mr. Jackamore, vice chair, and Mr. Cawthorn, secretary.
Okay, we have a motion for Wendell chair, Don vice chair, and Cawthorn secretary. We have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We'll go to item number 2, variance from Article 3.23 and 14 to waive sidewalk requirements and allow a larger maximum building footprint than allowed, located on 1850 North Arkansas Avenue, submitted by Barrett and Associates on behalf of Arkansas Tech University for Polk County EMS. We have a staff report.
Yes, sir. And we do have a presentation, so that will be up on the monitors for you guys. So this is an application for 1850 North Arkansas. This is the location of the new proposed Polk County EMS. It is a variance from the sidewalk requirements as well as the maximum building footprint. So the existing conditions, this is located within the University Place District. It is, as stated, the proposed new site for the Polk County EMS facility. It is an R3 zoned property surrounded by R3 and C2 zone properties, including uses such as Fire Station 3, a martial arts gym, and Cowell Steel. So the first part of this application is to allow a variance from Article 3.23, requesting relief from the sidewalk requirements. So staff has not found that the applicant has demonstrated special conditions exist in regards to waiving the sidewalk requirements. The city of Russellville has committed to building sidewalks from Whataburger to Reasoner Lane along North Arkansas after the roundabout project is completed. Additionally, the city did discover, as these applications were submitted, that Reasoner Lane is a city road. That was something that was kind of up for debate, and we had to figure out along the way, but it was discovered that it is a city road, and the city of Russellville will recommend that the applicant pay the in lieu fee for the sidewalks along North Arkansas, so that the city can complete the sidewalks in this location at the time that they are installed after that roundabout project. And we are requesting that the applicant still install the sidewalks along Reasoner Lane. The second part of this application is to allow that variance from Article 14, allowing a larger maximum building footprint than is allowed by code for the R3 zone. Staff has found the applicant has demonstrated special conditions exist in this request in regards to the building footprint due to the size of the property. The size of the property is 4.29 acres in size, which is much larger than a typical R3 lot. Additionally, although the structure is more than double in size to the adjacent buildings, the way that the structure is situated on the property would be comparable to the adjacent structure, as the front of the structure is to be utilized for the office and would be situated in such a manner to mimic the smaller adjacent structure. So with that said, staff does have 2 separate recommendations here. Staff does recommend denial of the application regarding the sidewalks as a result of the findings that the city has committed to installing sidewalks in this area. The applicant has not demonstrated that special conditions exist. The granting of this variance is not in harmony with the purpose and intent of the code. So that is the first recommendation, and then our second recommendation for the building footprint is that it is our recommendation that the Board of Adjustment approve this variance request for the building footprint based on the findings that the applicant has demonstrated that special conditions exist and the applicant has met all other variance requirements. I know that was a lot. Do we have any questions?
Commissioners, y'all got any questions?
And what I understand is the EMS will be asked to pay an in lieu fee for the North Arkansas walks.
Correct.
And the recommendation is to require them to go ahead and build the sidewalks along Reasoner Lane.
Yes, and Mr. Ondal just told me that the city has also committed to sidewalks along Reasoner Lane, making that connection as well when the time comes. But yes, that is the recommendation, is that they would pay the in lieu fee on North Arkansas. I believe that is to coordinate with RDOT and all that good stuff with the roundabout project coming there on North Arkansas. And then the recommendation was for them to go ahead on Reasoner with the sidewalks.
Did I understand the earlier communication correctly in that RDOT did not want sidewalks somewhere? Or did I misunderstand that?
I'm happy to jump in on that one. So RDOT does not like to permit sidewalks when there isn't a larger connection. And so part of this project, what we are committing to is we're already working on a project for the roundabout entrance to our ATU, which also includes improvements over by Whataburger. And so at that time, with the construction of that, we're going to commit to make that connection so that sidewalks will go all the way from Whataburger up to Reasoner Lane. And so as a result of that, staff is requesting to deny this application, pay the in lieu of fee so that they're not constructing these sidewalks now, but they're paying for their portion of the sidewalks when that whole project gets done. Does that answer your question? Okay.
All right, David Garza.
David Garza with Barrett and Associates for Polk County EMS. At the time that we made the application for the variance, there was no discussion about connecting the sidewalk. Since then, we have met out there with Glenn, with Sarah, and with RDOT, and the city is committed to make those connections. I showed them that in the roundabout project, there's also a gap there, so the city's going to commit to make that gap. So since that has happened, we're okay with paying the in lieu fee. We just wanted to make sure that it was a matter of record of who was going to do what. So we're okay with that. So Polk County EMS is good with that. The only thing about on Reasoner Lane, though, instead of us putting the sidewalk in, we have to do half-street improvements, which is going to come up in the Planning Commission. So what we'd rather do is pay the in lieu fee for both of those, because the city's going to do the connection from Arkansas Avenue to our site along the fire station. And the whole thing needs to be one project, not two projects. I think it'll save both of us if it's one contract or one project. So we'll pay the portion that is in front of EMS as an in lieu fee for that project, if the city wants to handle the project.
Okay, anybody got any questions?
Does that sound okay? Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Glenn Newman, city engineer, and I may not have been as in detail in part of these conversations, but the information Mr. Garza is presenting about the in lieu fee in front of Reasoner, I don't know if we've had any detailed conversation about that previously, but during the construction of the whole site, to me, is the best time to put the sidewalk in, because what we're talking about, they would be doing their notching in front of their property and then build the sidewalks, and we would be doing it in front of the fire station. So for us to come after the fact or after all that work's been done on their property and right in that area, I think it would be more disturbance to the actual EMS, and also possibly more expensive for us to come back in there and disturb something that's being constructed. So I believe that the sidewalk construction should continue on Reasoner with that portion. And as Sarah indicated, we have committed with the fire station to make that connection in that area at the same time proximity.
So we could do it as one project. Is that what we're saying?
I'm not, I'm indicating we will do what's in front of the fire station. EMS would do what's in front of there. So timing we can coordinate with, but I'm not sure your definition of one project because the city's not going beyond the fire station limits. Right, so I'm just maybe not clear on your definition of one project.
Okay.
But my idea was with Glenn, get with Glenn, design the whole thing, and get one contractor. We'll get prices for the construction, and then Glenn and I will figure out what part of that price is EMS, and that's what we pay you.
Yeah.
So it's all done at one time, together.
It's kind of a fluid thing apparently.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we don't want to come back and build construction after the fact.
Right.
Just start with property.
Right.
And do something in there. And the details can work out as we move forward, I believe, with the large scale.
Yeah.
See how we can work those conditions. But not opposed to partnering, make it efficient for both of us. However, I just want to be clear, we're definitely not trying to come in after the fact and try to.
So basically, as a housekeeping item, we need to go ahead
Right.
and vote on the sidewalk variance, I guess, and then move on to the other. I'll make that motion that we deny the request for the sidewalk variance.
Okay, we have a motion to deny the variance. Need a second?
If my hearing aids heard right, I would second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Okay, we need a motion on the Article 14, larger maximum building footprint.
I move we approve that.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. And if there's no other business, meeting's adjourned.